Now go check off your goal and have like the confetti and the celebration and all the things. Nicole.
Hi, everyone. I love a celebration start, so I thought I'd pop on. I feel like I'm in the middle of a lot of celebrations, and I feel like all of you have also been with me on many of these goals, and I know that Suze will watch this at some point, so she can know this
Mhm.
too. But I made it official, and I'm in a new relationship, and so that I know many of you have been with me on this like whole dating journey, and so that feels super exciting and really great. And he's just been so awesome. And so we actually like toasted ourselves on Saturday, like to the official start. It was a week before, but we just made it, like, we did that. So that felt really great. Yeah, and I feel like I'm like living, it's just that moment where I'm like living in my vision in a lot of different ways. And so having to watch when I get a little bit derailed, because like I have my retreat starting this week with Gems 1 and Gems 2, which I'm super excited about. And Casey and Phoebe are supporting me. And like and then there's those moments like last week I had this moment where someone was undecided, and I can notice when that waffling can get on me. And so I'm sharing with you all because it's like that place where it's like you can be literally like in the middle of all of these things that are coming true. And then how easy it is to be like, oh, it's not good because there's like that one thing that feels a little off. And so I was proud because I really just got myself back. I got myself back on track so well. Like I actually forgot that my book celebrated its 1 year anniversary on Friday. So I'll be celebrating that as well. But it's like, it's cool, right? There's just so many things that can happen in our lives. And so the celebrations and the wins like are so important. And I've gotten with he's my boyfriend. My boyfriend, I was telling him, like, he asks me, and I see him, he'll be like, so what were your wins today? And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, it's just so cool because we talk about our wins, and it's so awesome to be in a relationship where we're doing that. Like I ask him, but he'll ask me too, because I totally forget all the time. So it's been really awesome. And I'm excited for all of these things. And so just to stay in that place of win and celebration and like to, yeah, be living in my life fully. Cause like that's the point. Like it's not like we're just supposed to be setting these goals instead and reaching all the time. We're also supposed to be living into them. And so I'm fully in mine right now.
Well, I'm really excited for you. I've heard you. I mean, like, what I love about Lighthours is holding that space for each other, like knowing what we want and holding that space for each other. I'm excited about your boyfriend, Nicole.
He's awesome. He's so awesome. And we're having so much fun.
Good. I'm so glad. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. I love good news. What a way to start a Monday. What a way to start a Monday. Okay. So first, let's do wave to Suzanne. Suzanne is out traveling with family. She, yes, probably will watch this recording and be so excited for you. I can just see her being excited for each of you as you share your good news. And so we are here. We are each week when we join in Lighthours, we are focusing our conversation on a chapter from Get There Now. So this week is the chapter on Liberate Beauty. And when it was this chapter, I was like, oh man, Liberate Beauty. Do I tell me, well, let me go back and tell you this story. So Suzanne and I were creating the course and all the questions that you see in the Get There Now course together. And we were on Zoom together, and I wrote some questions, and she would go back and read them. And we got to this Liberate Beauty chapter, and she said, well, let's ask them why I use the star swimmer as a metaphor. She was like, like, tell me what you think. Why do you think I use the star swimmer? And I was like, I mean, I read the book, and like, I don't know, why did you use the star swimmer? And it was like that moment of it was just a moment. And we had this other conversation around it, and it was beautiful. And we talked about beauty. And I'm so glad to hear you, Mel, like talk about that headstand and get that sense of freedom that you felt in that headstand, and Liberate Beauty. And Suzanne will tell you the story. They go in and read the chapter if you haven't already. How many of you have just read that chapter, Liberate Beauty, already? Yeah, lots of you. And it's a great story she tells about her sister Dory, and they're in the Pacific Northwest in the late 60s, and they're out bringing in different things to use resin, and they're playing with some of their dad's chemicals and working on a project, and they find this starfish, and they call it the star swimmer. And so it's a story about the star swimmer, and really about the star swimmer's fullest expression, like who it is, and liberating that fullest self-expression from each one of us. And sometimes, and I'm sure you all have experienced this too, there's this point in our life where society or somebody in your life, and it tells you, or you hear the message from somewhere, to stop, to shrink, right? To go in, and instead of really being in that full self-expression of who you are. And I remember, like, when I was thinking about this morning, I remember when I was about 18 and I was out bathing suit shopping for the big spring break trip to Panama City, Florida, that my parents were letting me go on, maybe willingly, maybe not, just knowing that it was something they needed to do. And I was trying on bathing suits, and I was with a friend, and we were trying them on, and I was in that like vulnerable state of, I don't know if any of you have ever like been with somebody, you're trying to bathing suits, and you put the bathing suit on, you come out and you're like, how do I look? Like, I feel sweaty even thinking about it. And she was like, I mean, it's okay, but your belly down there kind of sticks out. And I was like, what? Not everybody's belly sticks out? Like, that was that moment for me that she saw something in me that I'd never even seen. Like, I never even saw this part of me physically. And she was like, yeah, your belly sticks out. Not everyone sticks out like that. Like, you have a belly. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was a very big moment in my life where I felt myself shrink in and be like, oh, well, I have a belly, and that must not be good. So I'll just shrink and be less of myself. And over the course of many years, I'm like, oh, right. Like, full self-expression feels good. It feels like freedom. It feels like you upside down, Mel. And so today's conversation is around, like, where are the places in your life where it's time to liberate beauty, where it's time for you to see the beauty, to see yourselves as beautiful, to see that thing that's within you that really is beautiful. And that, like, I see Hugh back there, like that really innocence of your fullest self-expression. So let's just do a check. Let me just check in and see if anybody like already is like, oh yeah, I can see a place in my life where it's time for me to just liberate some beauty. You can raise your hand. And if there's something else that comes up for you around liberating beauty, or you've got something else, please feel free to share. This is a community generated conversation. Yeah, Al.
Hey, so something can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I've got some construction around me. So yeah, I've been thinking a lot about a space. Like I really want, I'm so sorry. Is it loud?
No,
Okay.
I don't actually hear anything. I just see a lovely blue sky behind you and some trucks. So I don't hear anything.
Awesome. Yeah, so I really want a space to create in, whether it's like a workshop or a warehouse. I am calling it a space, but there's something that I make myself small around, like I'm not deserving of it, or it's never going to come to me, or it's not there, it's too expensive. But then there's this voice that like knows that it's there at the same time. And I have so many things that I'm ready to create, and I need space to create in. And so, yeah, there's like a glitch there where I am definitely like suppressing my beauty of like knowing I need to create, and like knowing my worthiness of having a space to do so.
Yeah. In the book, Suzanne talks about Michelangelo like creating the David, and really taking the stone and seeing the statue within the stone, and making it from this big piece of stone. And so, Al, I hear you and can see like, oh, oh, there's a space for you to create. Is there anything for you to declare, or anything that you see that's getting in your way of that you can just put out there for us?
Well, I think what I know is that like I am the one and I am supposed to create. Like I am born to be in creation. And so like I am beyond deserving of a space to do so.
Yeah. You see the people in here, River and Sumana are both, yes. Yeah, and what can you, is there a declaration for you? For just to hold that, right? So that when those like fears and doubts and worries come up, that is the declaration that you remember, that is that freeing of the beauty, that reminder of like, oh, this space I'm creating, it is here for me to be in that full self-expression.
The first thing that came to me was like, I'm ready to explode.
I'm ready to, did you say explode?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, can you hold that? Can you hold that with you?
Yeah.
I'm ready to explode. That's what it is. Like, that's what that burst of creativity and full self-expression is, that like bursting out and ready to explode. Good job, Al. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Simona, did I see your hand up?
I just wanted to piggyback. Thanks, Jen, for seeing me. Al, you are creation. So that's all. That's all I had to say.
Oh, thanks, Simona.
I mean, you are it. And so everything happens from within. And yeah, it was much more eloquent in my head. So I'm going to mute myself now.
Thanks, Simona.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Like, what are you seeing on what is there for you to see as beautiful? Yeah, Caroline.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. I haven't joined in so long, and I'm so glad to be here. And I have a story about how my career decisions in the arts and acting as a curator at fine art museums, and I have a background in historic design. All of that has been fruitful for me, and I am down on myself about it often because I don't make good money doing it. I don't flourish financially, but I want to move forward loving and appreciating like how much I dug in around something that truly excites me, and like that curiosity and that ambition to like get in there and hone a whole world of colorful and interesting topics, like that is a creation. And what is beautiful is my willingness to share it with other people, like talking about it, sharing what I love about art history. And it is not connected to whether or not I have a retirement plan. Like it's its own beautiful creation. And I want to keep that in my back pocket because I mix up the story often with outside factors that don't belong there.
Caroline, can I ask you a question? Will you tell us about your art? What kind of art do you do?
I am not an artist, and that's part of why this is an important declaration. I'm an art historian, so I study historic design. And for many years, I was a curator of historic design at fine art museums, and I moved out of that. And part of what has been hard is saying like, that was a good thing for me to invest 10 years in. Like that was a creation unto itself. And I study American design, but along with that are sort of all the complicating and fascinating contexts of what it is to be an American in an American community. I mean, there's just a lot there that I feel really good about, and I want to hold on to that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also something, Carolyn, too, about I've dealt with this. Like, what do I do? And really redefining value and redefining what prosperity and abundance is. And when I create it as like a retirement account, and it's one thing. And when I create abundance in the people's lives I've been, like that colorful picture of what we're doing in all the different ways, right? Then there's like space for me to see in that abundance. I'm pretty sure that the work that you've done has been in places that people have seen and appreciated, and that prosperousness of the work that you've done is really valuable. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Carolyn. Yeah. Okay, well, what if we did some breakout rooms? Casey, could we do some breakout rooms? Are you in a place that you could breakout room us? You can jump into some breakout rooms. Okay, so Casey's going to get us in some breakout rooms, and you'll go into a breakout room if you can. If not, you can hang with me, and you're headed into the breakout room, and it's, what is it time for you to see as beautiful? Or what is it time for you to liberate, right? To free up and uncarve and really see as beautiful. And it could be, something that you may not naturally see as beautiful. You may begin to see it with new and fresh eyes. I told you I have a sweet pet who's going through some health issues currently. And what I can see is that the work at Lightyear gives me the ability to be in it with her and also be present with her and see that as beautiful. Like really see that present moment as beautiful. So it may not always be the thing that you're like, oh yeah, I can see that as beautiful. And it's the thing for you to see today. All right, Casey is inviting you to breakout rooms. Let's go for, are you putting 3 people in?
3 people, yeah.
All right, we'll see ya.
10 minutes, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Oh, good. Casey and I had a great conversation together with, and Annie sending DMs. I hope you had a great conversation. Who would love to share from their breakout room? What kind of insights did you get from your breakout room? Who will share? Who will share? Yes, Humana.
So I just want to congratulate Jason, number one, on teaching his first yoga class next week, which is awesome. Rock it out. And thank you to both my friends for sharing. Becky, you guys have awesome stories. And the one thing that really spoke to me today is I feel messy today. And yeah, I'm okay with that.
So the conversation, thank you, Simona. The conversation Casey and I were having was, right, we can begin to think about liberate as what are we liberating from and what are we liberating to, right? So is there something for you to liberate from today, right? And then to liberate to, Sumana. So can you see that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So what is there for you to liberate from?
Self, the shrinking, like that is really speaking to me, like the self. It's not so much like self-hatred or anything like that. It's just self-doubt and self-doubt. That's what it is.
Right. So liberating from self-doubt. And then what are you liberating to? What is there to liberate?
Celebrating messy. Like not just knowing that I'm messy right now or feeling messy, being in celebration of it.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt messy when I was like right now as I'm talking to you, my inner voice is like, oh, you just interrupted Jen. And then my other, less judgmental voice is like, bro, you're just a human being talking to another human being. Like, it's all good.
And isn't that, Sumana, what there is for us all to liberate to? We're just human beings having other conversations with human beings.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks, Sumana, for sharing. Yeah. Anyone else? Are you seeing like what there is for you to liberate from, and then what you're seeing to liberate to? So I'll share that what you heard me talk about my dog, and I can sense that I am in that worry, right? Like there's worry for me to liberate from, and what there is for me to liberate to is faith. And it's a little bit of that, what's below the line, what's above the line, what's below the line and what's above the line. That's how I can see that liberation. And who will share? Yeah.
What I heard in my group with Maria and Priscilla is like, as we're moving in through fall into winter, the gardens are dying. It's about to get darker earlier, and cold in some places. And with that, like what I see in some people's lives and in my own is like, it's kind of where the darkness within creeps out, like Halloween's coming and all of that. And so it sounds like what needs to be liberated is this softening and slowing down and this grace, and just really leaning into the change and with the change of the seasons.
Yeah. So yeah. Thanks, Al. Casey, did I see you with a hand up, or are you with you? Casey's with you. Yeah. She's liberated. She's with the Hugh. Hey, Chelsea.
Hey, Jen. Hey, everyone. So I'll share. So first of all, I'm at 32 weeks pregnant with these twins right now. Yeah, I know. So that's my update. And so I'm really curious about your question, Jen, about what I'm liberating from and what I'm liberating to. So I'm gonna listen for that as I'm sharing with all of you, because right now I'm going into full mom mode of nesting and wanting to get done all the things. Like these babies are probably going to be here in about a month, maybe a little over a month. And so there's so much focus on the birth and, like what's coming next. And it's really taking me out of the present moment. And so I'm really seeing that's the space for me to liberate beauty, is like being really present right now with what's happening in this moment, because that's what's going to help me the most when these babies arrive, right? Being able to experience that beauty of both of them. Yeah. And this is not a new story for me, right? To be liberated from, of valuing productivity over rest. And right now, like I need lots of rest. Like they're still growing, right? Like I'm still doing so much work without it looking externally like I'm doing a lot of work. Mm-hmm. And so that's the thing that I see to liberate from, right? Is this idea that, by checking off all the things on my to-do list, I'm somehow going to be prepared to be a mom to 2 babies, right? And instead being in the moment, which is actually going to be what prepares me the most, and really listening for what I need, because often it's not to do the next chore, it's to go take a nap, right? Or feed myself, or just sit and be still.
Yeah. So is there a word for you to put into like what there is for you to liberate to?
Yeah, to the now, really.
Yeah.
Really what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And liberate from that, like doing, the busyness of,
Mhm.
the expectation, all those things, to liberate to the now.
Mhm. Yeah,
Right. Wow.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, Chelsea,
Mhm.
like I've experienced this too. There's the doing, and then there's the being.
Mhm.
There's all the things that we're doing and doing and doing. And then being a mom and nurturing these 2 new babies, you have everything you need.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So wait, just give us that recap again. They'll be here in like maybe a month or so.
Yeah, so my preference, and we'll see, is that they come right around 37 weeks. So that would be November 4th.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My actual due date is Thanksgiving Day, the 25th. So
Okay. And then Chelsea, can I ask you a question?
yeah, of course.
What are some practices of yours to be in the now?
Oh my goodness. So
What are
many.
those practices that you have to activate today? And because this community, like, right, there's probably something in here for all of us. What are those practices that you have to land you in the now?
Yeah, oh my goodness. Well, I mean, the number one thing is Geotran. For those of you who have Geotran in your life, I'll do my mind gems, right?
Mhm.
Be in the now before I meditate. So meditation is another one. Yeah, I'm drinking my chai right here. This is a really great reminder to slow down and be in the moment. And I love that it's seasonally appropriate. I got to go shopping with my mom the other day and buy lots of fun seasonal foods and decorations. I feel like that's another thing too that puts me in the now. Is like, oh right, the weather's getting cooler. I want to eat seasonal foods and spices, and we'll likely be baking some pumpkin pies here pretty soon. What else do I use, Jen? Music.
Yeah.
I really need that adjustment in the moment. Listen to a song. This is such a good question.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I sometimes will just say to myself, be where your feet are.
Mhm. Yeah, grounding, feeling my feet on the ground.
Yeah, just be where your feet are.
Mhm.
Well, Chelsea, I'm holding you close to me as in these next couple of weeks, and I'll just put out there that your ability to be in the now, man, Chelsea, you're showing other new moms how to be in the now.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anybody else? Thank you, Chelsea, for sharing. Because what there is for us to see through these shares is us together. In case when we were chatting in the break, she reminded me of this, right? We're here for a reason. We got on here, we came to Lighthours today, whatever time zone that you're in. And there's something for us to see together, that there is for us to liberate from and to move to together. And so, I'll put that out there as a thought, is this group of 26 people, what is there for us to liberate? Yeah, there's Mike. Mike's probably got something fun for us to liberate too.
So for me, I was in a room with Chelsea and Luca, so like Wonder Buddy is amazing. And what's happened with me is I've gained about 40 pounds in the last 6 months. And what I'm liberating from is the number that my ideal body weight is 180 pounds. And what I have the realization of as I put this weight on is that when I'm 180 pounds, and I've been there for, chunks of time in my life, because those of you that don't know, I was 240 pounds when I was 13, and I have a lot of extra skin around my midsection and body dysmorphia and binge eating disorder. And those are things that I've kind of worked through in my life and are working with still in my life. And I had the realization that I actually do like the way my body looks more at 220 pounds than I do at 180 pounds whenever I'm at that ideal weight that the doctor would tell me I'm supposed to be. Because when I get down to 180, all of the skin around my midsection is I was just saying to Chelsea, it's not a joke for me to say that it looks like I had twins. I have wrinkly belly with stretch marks all around it. And it's just so I'm liberating from the 180 pounds, the number on the piece of paper that the doctor would say that I should aim for, and liberating too, just loving my body as it looks now, even though I've got more of a belly and am a number that makes me uncomfortable, that I'm kind of like still working through seeing that number. And I'm not even someone that weighs myself all the time. It was more like I got on the scale for the first time in months and was like flabbergasted because I knew I was heavier. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's loving my body and really coming to terms with the fact that I could be more comfortable in my skin with the extra weight on it than I am when I'm actually at that weight that a healthcare professional would tell me I'm supposed to be at.
Yeah, like there's just something, Mike, for you. Like it's just the now. It's right here. It's what Chelsea was talking about too. It's just right here for us. Like what is there right here in your body, in your skin, the one that you're in the car? Right, there's that. Just being right here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. Be safe as you're driving, and thank you for sharing.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm at a stoplight. It's fine. We're good.
Thanks, Mike. All right, friends. Anybody else? There's time for one more share. What are you liberating from? Oh, I see Casey coming. She might have something. Yeah, I saw you come in. You're like, woo. What are you liberating from, and what is there for you to liberate to?
Hi, everyone. So one of the things I was listening to as everyone was sharing was, what's our tone? What's our tone for the week, and how are we setting that together as a group, like Jen was saying? And I was hearing a lot around liberating from self-judgment. So I should be doing chores. I should have a 401k. I don't deserve this space. I shouldn't come in my full human expression. And so it's really like liberating from that self-judgment. And the opposite, or the above the line version of that, is discernment. And there's really like even a step above that, which is what we're talking about today, which is like full human expression, both internally and externally. So what are we saying to ourselves that is of love and of choice? And it's so funny. Hugh is like really obsessed with mirrors. I think that's like such a fun stage in baby life. And sometimes I'll watch her and she'll just like get up close to her face and just like stare at her face and like make faces and like try to eat her own face. And it's just like so precious. And, where in my life do I really need to get up close and like simply appreciate it and be like, yeah, like Casey, like you're awesome for crying in the car on the way home from Trader Joe's because your heart is just breaking open and open over again, being a new mom. Like Chelsea, you're so awesome for like really hearing that you need a nap right now. Nicole, you're so awesome for like really going for it with this new relationship and trusting yourself and trusting this person and really getting up close and like loving yourself that way. Jen, you're so awesome for leading us on Lighthours today. In the midst of all of the things you're going through and really bringing your whole self here. And that's what I wanted to share. That's what Hugh and I wanted to share.
Oh, thanks, Casey. I love that Hugh's in the background, like giving us these like full self-expression, like baby sounds to remind, like that is it, right? That is it, is looking in the mirror and being and speaking to yourself and seeing yourself with wonder, right? Creativity, joy, like all those things. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, may you go out today. I feel like, but actually I'm going to pause. Somebody have the last word to lead us.
I think I've got it.
Okay. I love it. I love it. And Kelsey, you have it. You don't even think you've got it. You have it.
Yeah, I know I have it.
Okay.
And the word is dance. And from, with going along with Casey's share of, we're all kind of in that place of needing to liberate from the self-judgment, whatever it is for us, and like get up close in the mirror, appreciate ourselves and dance in front of the mirror and just full expression, whole bodied, wholehearted, whole rhythmed, even if you've got it or you don't got it, like have a dance party in front of the mirror.
That's it. Dance. That's it, people. Thank you so much, Kelsey. And I want to just come back to you and say, you have this. You have this. And maybe the prescription for you right before that interview on Wednesday is just that like big dance in front of the mirror. Oh my gosh, friends. Go out and dance. Dance in front of the mirror, dance with your friends, dance in the car, and when the person rolls up next to you and gives you the look, you give them the thumbs up back and you dance back. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to dance this week and all the weeks, and may people see us and be inspired to dance themselves. Thank you. Check out the dashboard for all the things going on. If you want to be a part of Champions, please submit your application. We've got the Radiance call coming up on the 17th. We are introducing goal coaching hours. So we'll be doing those. Stay tuned for those. You can just jump in and get some goal coaching. You can work on your goals together. It's office hours for your goal coaching. And I think that's it for today. Those are all the messages. If you'll come off mute and say goodbye and have a wonderful, wonderful Monday.
Thank you, Jen. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you, Jen.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye, Crystal. Bye, Nicole.
Bye, Jason.
Bye, Jason. Congrats on your class.
Yeah.
Bye, Laura. All right, I'm
Bye,
gonna stop
Mike.
recording. Hi, Suze. We love you.
Yep.
Okay. Bye, Jen.